Welcome back, everyone. As always, so glad you could spend a little time with us, and we're so glad it's Friday. This weekend, though, not going to be the warmest of all. It stands to be a little warmer than today and yesterday, mind you. We'll talk about that briefly right now, where I've got some numbers for you: 32, 49, 28. 32 was this morning, 49 was our peak briefly today, 28 our nighttime low. It's going to be a cold night for high school football, which right now is where my intentions lie. Traveling to Morgan County to see if the Hornets are going to pull off a win and a home playoff game postseason. We'll talk about that next week, whether I make it down and bear the bitter cold with everyone else or not. We're wishing the Hornets well. Everyone wrapping up the season in high school football. 2 more games counting tonight. And, of course, it's senior night for the Hornets back here next week at home. As far as your weather is concerned, 28 degrees looks to be our nighttime low. We've got a freeze warning. We've got widespread frost. Nothing new from the forecast. Just to give you a little bit of a heads up, enjoy this weekend as much as possible. Even though temperatures are going to improve, they're still going to be in the 50s at best. It's going to be the last one that you'll have as much daytime. Daylight savings is not this weekend, but the following. I'm not excited about it. Just trying to ease you into being prepared for it. A lot of news tonight. Will take you to, well, actually, a break in between traveling to area elementary schools here in McGoffin County. The hostess students of the McGoffin County High School were, well, I'll just have to show you to let you understand. We've got that. We've got an update, of course, on the arrest related to the murder of Christina Barnett. We've got a whole lot of other news to get to, some local announcements on our calendar, and some that we're working into tonight's program. Silent auction coming up. I want to tell you about it in just a few seconds. Before we get to that, only a couple of things from elsewhere. Heroin. It's not a new word to be used in a headline in Eastern Kentucky. It's starting to, however, become much more popular and much more of a trendy drug among Eastern Kentucky dealers and users, and that was evident and confirmed today in a Unite roundup in Pike County. As we've been telling you, as United and other agencies have been telling us for the past several months, heroin is cheaper and it's getting easier to get a hold of compared to prescription drugs such as OxyContin. Keith Napier of Operation Unite says they've been noticing this trend for several months and it's not getting any better. And today, Unite detectives and several other law enforcement agencies were serving warrants of trafficking and other charges to 27 individuals in Pike County. Most of the cases, well, all of them included drug-related activity. Obviously, a quarter of the cases involved heroin. That's a significant number. Many other cases involved in the 10-month investigation. Most of the other ones involved oxycodone, marijuana, or cocaine. Oh, I thought it was also interesting to note, as we've been seeing a lot of drugs confiscated and seized on the Mountain Parkway here, individuals traveling through Sagersville and through the Eastern Kentucky area over the past several months at the behest of Sagersville and State Police and the County Sheriff's Department as well. Easy access to interstate highways, they say, is a very significant factor in where heroin, which is for the most part brought in from out of state, is turning up on the streets. It's been an epidemic problem in northern Kentucky and central Kentucky, and now it's making its way into rural portions of the state, including ours, sadly. Well, they are to be arraigned, all of them, that is, Tuesday, November the 5th. I'm talking about former Martin City Mayor Ruth Robinson, who lost her bid for re-election to the mayor's office in November of 2012, her daughter and 2 other employees who have all been indicted for engaging in a scheme to defraud the Social Security Administration and to misapply federal funds. The federal indictment filed on Wednesday of this week names former Martin Mayor Robinson, who's 69, her daughter, 42-year-old Rita Wicker, and who formerly directed the Martin Community Center, 42-year-old Ginger Halbert, a volunteer city employee who worked closely with Robinson, and 68-year-old Ethel Klaus, a bookkeeper for the city. All 4 have been charged within the conspiracy to defraud the Social Security Administration, theft of Social Security disability benefits, and aggravated identity theft as well. Halbert, Wicker, and Robinson were also charged with misappropriating monies from a federal program. The final count of the indictment also charges Halbert with knowingly failing to report her employment and earnings to the Social Security Administration. According to the indictment, from 2006 through January of this year, Halbert, who reportedly worked on a volunteer basis, was getting paid under the table, so to speak, with federal funds that were supposed to be used for the Martin Community Center and the Martin Housing Authority. And to conceal the scheme, all the defendants were allegedly arranging the checks to be made payable to Halbert's son. Once again, they'll be arraigned on Tuesday the 5th. Well, at least part of the mystery has been solved. Authorities down in Texas near Corpus Christi have confirmed that a Floyd County attorney reported missing, presumed to be the victim of possibly foul play on the onset or in the onset of the investigation, and then later learned to possibly have just decided to take an excursion on his own, has been found alive and well, and he simply says he wants to be left alone. For much of the 4 months or so that Clyde Johnson has been missing, his family was left without any clues and had great concern about his well-being. Here, as of recently, they have been getting some bits and pieces of evidence that indicated he was alive and traveling through parts of the United States, but still they'd had no contact with him. Now we know that friend and fellow attorney Ned Pillersdorf of Floyd County said that when a Texas police officer approached Johnson, per this officer's statements, at a campground earlier this week, Clyde Johnson simply told the officer that he just wanted to be left alone. He was discovered at a campground in Port O'Connor, Texas. The 47-year-old just picked up and left, leaving behind about 100 clients or more. Also his position as the president of the Floyd County Bar Association, also his duties as assistant high school football coach. He also left behind his wife and friends and family. This all coming after his mother had recently passed, and other financial concerns as well, including his home being in foreclosure, and also we've learned since a great deal of money that was due to the IRS. He left back in June after just up and purchasing a camper. He towed it behind his vehicle with his pet and some other personal belongings, saying he was taking a brief fishing trip. He's been since camping across parts of the United States. A major development in the case of the murder of Christina Barnett, 34, of Johnson County. The last time that I spoke with her mother, Donna Hale, it was literally about the same moment that a small search party comprised of family and friends found Barnett's body burned and partially hidden under a TV and other debris off of Route 80 in Knott County. Now that was on September the 25th. That was 1 week after the 34-year-old Johnson County woman had been reported missing after leaving for what was to be a day trip to London with a man who police have now arrested for her murder. During that first telephone conversation with Barnett's mother, she told me that she had met an individual, man, on the internet several months prior. They had developed a relationship, and that there were also some significant developments in that relationship, and at one point, maybe not being represented as the individual that he was. Nevertheless, it was on September the 18th that they had, still seeing each other, arranged to take a day trip to London, and when he returned that night without her, and she was unheard from the next day, her mother reported her missing. Her body was discovered near where she was last seen by anyone else that police and her family know of, at a BP in Hazard off of Kentucky 80. Her body partially burned and hidden under some debris and left just beside the roadway. The exact cause of death has not been listed as of yet. Any other details about the case also, we are not aware of anything being released at this time officially, except to say that the accused is lodged in the Kentucky River Regional Jail at this hour. 37-year-old Gary Ward of Johnson County, a car salesman, arrested by the state police last night at his home in Mealy for the murder of 34-year-old Christina Barnett. Ward was arrested after being indicted by a grand jury on the same day yesterday. Right now he's charged with murder, tampering with physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. And I also spoke this morning on the telephone to Donna Hale, once again, Christina's mother, about the arrest, about the investigation, and about the loss of her daughter. She says that just as soon as she's able, maybe in just a few days, she wants to sit down possibly and talk to us about the entire situation. And, of course, we gave her that opportunity at any time that she wishes to do so. We'll be right back with more news in just a moment. Be sure and put this on your to-do list for tomorrow to stop by Bailey's Carpet and Hardware in Sagersville because they're celebrating 20 years of service to the area from 9 to 3 tomorrow and tomorrow only. Refreshments, drawings for prizes, dozens of prizes, a grand prize of 5 days in Gatlinburg with tickets to all sorts of fun things to see and do throughout the week. Yes, someone will win tomorrow. You get a Husqvarna chainsaw, 16-inch bar for just $179 tomorrow only. They've got duct tape for $2.99 a roll, heavy-duty staplers for under $10, and big sales throughout the store. It's tomorrow only, marking 20 years at Bailey's Carpet and Hardware, 9 to 3. Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new McGoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400. Game time means wing time at Lee's, and that means it's time for you to try our new buffalo wings. I can't tell you our secret, but I can tell you they're marinated and then rolled in our famous, albeit a little spicy, crispy chicken batter and served up with any of our 7 delectable sauces. So get your hands on a meal or a box today at your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe, where no one does chicken like we do chicken. Whether you want to be feared or favored, funny or frightful this Halloween, Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop has everything you'll ever need for the mood or effect you desire. And while we never know just how colorful our natural landscape will be at autumn, we are for always certain the season is vibrant inside the region's largest selection of fall and home decor. So come and see what surprises and delights await you at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville.
Fall is here, and it's time to rake in the savings at Home Furniture. Come in now for the largest sale ever on select bedroom suites. Prices have been drastically reduced, up to 40% off. All in-stock recliners are buy one, get one half off. Purchase a big screen TV, get a sound bar free. Seasons may change, but we'll always have financing available for everyone, guaranteed. Come in today while supplies last and take advantage of these huge savings at Home Furniture, Highlands Plaza, Prestonsburg.
Come on in, because the doors are open, the lights are on, and the shelves are being stocked every day with all those famous name brands you've come to love at Red's Boot Barn at their brand spanking new location in Sagersville on Route 114. That's right, already in sizes and styles by Wrangler, Carhartt, Area, and more. And new merchandise coming in every single day. Always the big names, always the big deals, always at Red's Boot Barn in Sagersville.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
You know, I'm counting down the days here myself. November the 2nd marks 15 years for us here at the newsroom. It's so hard to imagine. And during that time, we've had a lot of great friends, and we have shared a lot of good times with a lot of friends at the Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. And we're always glad and helpful whenever we can be to talk about activities they have, many of which are designed, all of which are designed around their residents. Some are designed to raise money for their residents in some form or fashion. Prime example is the first annual 'Tis the Season Silent Auction. Now, we're going to go up in the nursing home and maybe talk with some folks next week, but I wanted to go ahead and put this in your hat, so to speak, right now. Now, next week, it's going to be Friday the 1st, which is next week, for 1 hour. It's all it's going to last, from 5 to 6 next Friday, a week from today, in the lobby, just as soon as you walk in the door. They're having a silent auction. And they have got some really, really nice items. I've got 2 full pages here. Everything from tickets to the Christmas show over at the Mountain Arts Center, a massage, glazed donuts, blankets, buffets, beauty baskets, jewelry, gas cards, food cards. It's just an amazing list of things that go on. Jewelry, Premier Jewelry, Origami, Al, Park Lane Jewelry. The list goes on. We'll go into it in more detail and list the items for you next week. Right now, I just wanted you to know that next Friday at 5 and lasting only for an hour. A silent auction just inside the lobby when you walk in the door. Walk in, write down a bid. You might want to hang around and make sure someone else doesn't outbid you. But the entire purpose of this event and all the donations that have been graciously accepted on behalf of the nursing home from local businesses and individuals are to raise money for the Christmas Fund, to make sure that all the folks who reside at the Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center will have a little merrier of a Christmas this time around. So that's the whole purpose and theme behind the entire event. That once again is 1 week today, and I promise we'll talk about next week. An auto accident earlier this week that I would have aired last night, with the exception of the in-depth coverage we did of Senator Rand Paul's visit in Sagersville, sent one person to the hospital. That was a female passenger, while the male operator went to jail. It happened on the Mountain Parkway. Roads do not appear to be wet in this video, but I believe during the time of the accident may have had some moisture on them. That also may not be the only contributing factor to the single vehicle auto accident that happened Wednesday evening near the junction of Johnson Fork. You can see where the Volkswagen Beetle struck the embankment, and then you'll see as the video that was brought into us pans on down where the car came to a final rest. The McGoffin County Rescue Squad and TranStar Ambulance Service responded and found the passenger, a female, still kind of half in the seat, half in the floorboard, and suffering from non-life-threatening injuries, and she was taken by said ambulance to an area hospital, we believe Paul B. Hall. The driver of which was a male identified as 40-year-old Ryan Rose of Prestonsburg. He was outside the vehicle, and upon arrival of emergency personnel, more specifically the Kentucky State Police and Trooper Hyman, was noticed to have the odor of alcohol on his person, and after field sobriety tests were conducted, he was charged with driving under the influence and failure to produce insurance card, and was taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. The individuals were traveling in the direction of Prestonsburg on Wednesday evening when he lost control of the vehicle. Fortunately, no other vehicles or other individuals were involved. Hope you saw our story on the Sandy Valley Abuse Center's Candlelight Vigil that was held earlier this week in McGoffin County. Tuesday night, I believe it was, in downtown Sagersville. One thing that we left out, not intentionally, I just couldn't get it to pull up. We spoke, I did on a couple of occasions, about the crisis hotline and how it is the first line of defense for anyone out there of any age going through any type of an abuse from anyone. We just couldn't get that number to pull up. Try as I did. However, tonight it is functioning. We're going to have it for you right now, and over the course of, well, from here on out, periodically, we'll have the number for you to try to make sure that everyone has access to it should you ever need their services. Just a reminder, the Sandy Valley Abuse Center provides emergency shelter to victims of intimate partner violence and their dependents. Not only do they provide shelter, but a comprehensive program to their residents, and the advocates at the Sandy Valley Abuse Center assist with resources for housing, education, health issues, and legal services, and also domestic violence, education, and life skills are offered daily. Now, this was a candlelight vigil. It in part recognized and honored the 23 victims killed as a result of domestic violence in Kentucky just last year, while also reminding that during the same time they assisted nearly 1,000 individuals through crisis calls that came into their service initially, and then they were able to supply or provide their services thereafter. The Sandy Valley Abuse Center crisis line is open 24 hours, 7 days a week, all day, every day. Someone is manning the phone, and it's as simple as dialing 1-800-649-6605. Regardless of the form or degree of physical or emotional or other abuse, they urge you to call. There is help out there, and you can find that help at the Sandy Valley Abuse Center crisis line. Now going on to calendar announcements this evening, brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. Let me remind you about a special event tomorrow. It's a benefit, actually, in two parts in honor of Lynn Plummer. Now, here's what I can tell you. They'll be having a benefit with the Zion United Baptist Church of Sagersville in front of the Sagersville IGA. They're selling baked goods and chili dinners. Be a good day for a chili dinner tomorrow. And that's going to be tomorrow in front of the Sagersville IGA. They're also having a show at the Sagersville Free Will Baptist Church tomorrow evening from 6 to 7:30. The Cole family, Echoes of the Past, Servant's Heart, and more will be there. They'll be serving refreshments, and they hope you'll attend. All proceeds from both of these benefits will go to Lynn, who's battling stage 4 metastatic breast cancer and currently undergoing chemo treatments, and she needs some help with the medical and traveling expenses, and you can help with that cause by stopping by one or both of those events tomorrow. A walk to remember is this Sunday afternoon at 3. October is National Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. A walk to remember is going to be held this Sunday at 3 in the Ramey Park. They're going to have a balloon release, a short program, a memorial, art display, and walk near the Veterans Memorial. Please stop by. Montgomery County Community Blood Drive, the next one at least, next Tuesday, noon to 5, at Hardin Medical Plaza here in Sayersville. Be sure and stop by. You might save someone's life. Might be someone you indeed know and love. Happy Halloween from the Montgomery County Health Department. I took a tour through the health department just the other day. They've got it decorated up right, as they always do. So this Thursday, the 31st, they'll be handing out treats for the kids 9 till 3. I'll remind you about it next week, as I will also that the Recycling Center in Montgomery County, just a few doors down from the newsroom, is also having a trick-or-treat event. They're giving away treats and bags and having an open house. It's a really cool facility. You'll get to see how they crush and store and ship all the recyclables that come in. And you'll also learn how you can be a part of the recycling community. I'll remind you about that next week as well. All I have time to remind you about is now the fact that this is how you get announcements just like this in the program for free, and we'll let everyone know what you or your organization has planned. And I'll be right back with our other top story after you hear from these folks.
Hi, I'm Don McFarland. I want to be your family lawyer. If you've been injured on the job, if you're interested in getting your Social Security disability or SSI benefits, or if you've been injured because of someone else's negligence, or basically, if a car wreck has caused you to suffer pain, then pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne, 349-9000.
John and Lisa Mitchell of Premier Motors in Paintsville want to invite you to their big October closeout tomorrow, and tomorrow only. A big car show tomorrow, 11 till 4. Cars from all the classic years. You're invited. Free food all day tomorrow from the Big Bertha Grill, hamburgers, hot dogs, soda, and chips. And they have literally doubled their already sizable inventory, to say the very least, just for this event. That's right. They've got reduced prices on a double-sized inventory. It's only tomorrow and only for their big October closeout event with a big car show, free food, and more at Premier Motor Sales in Paintsville. The car show, by the way, hosted courtesy of East Kentucky Gearheads, 11 to 4 on the lot at Premier Motors. 170s, 500, 570, 800, 900s, 2 seats, 4 seats, Razors, Rangers, and XPs in the hottest colors with the coolest accessories with the best financing available and rebates up to $1,000 at Connelly's, Kawasaki, and Polaris of Paintsville.
Let's do this. Can't believe my daughter wants to marry a Hatfield.
And I can't believe my son fell in love with a McCoy.
I got one thing to say. They're going to have the wireless plan with the best service.
And I say they're going to have the wireless plan with the biggest savings.
Daddy!
Hush up, Mary Beth.
Pa, stay out of this, Jonah.
We're done talking.
You got that right.
Better service.
Bigger savings.
Daddy, we've both got Appalachian Wireless. Better service.
Bigger savings.
That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Fall is here, and it's time to rake in the savings at Home Furniture. Come in now for the largest sale ever on select bedroom suites. Prices have been drastically reduced, up to 40% off. All in-stock recliners are buy one, get one half off. Purchase a big screen TV, get a sound bar free. Seasons may change, but we'll always have financing available for everyone, guaranteed. Come in today while supplies last and take advantage of these huge savings at Home Furniture, Highlands Plaza, Prestonsburg.
In recognition of our grand reopening and in honor of you, Hutch Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in Paintsville is celebrating with employee pricing for everyone, and you keep the rebates on any new 2013 or 2014 car, truck, or SUV, and on all our pre-owned inventory. And register now with absolutely no purchase necessary for our grand reopening grand prizes. $10,000 in cash, $3,000 in cash, and 300 gallons of gasoline given away to someone on October the 26th at Hutch. From time and money saving services like their overdraft protection, telephone and online banking services, to finding the right home, college, or car loan, to personalized checking and savings accounts designed around your exact needs, Sagersville National Bank is still your best choice and the same locally owned and operated bank that's been looking out for your family's financial health since 1902. Sagersville National, restoring the piggy bank population one savings at a time. It's so new it doesn't even have a name, but it does have an amazing taste all its own. 4 pancakes, butter, syrup, plus your choice of any of our dozens of DQ toppings with a little whipped cream on top, and of course some of our world-famous DQ soft serve. And you can add bacon, sausage, or even a little country ham for a full-blown breakfast treat. So sink your taste buds into a quarter or even half-pound grill burger fixed exactly like you like it. And you want to know the best part? James says you can have either one for breakfast as early as you want, but only at your Sagersville DQ. Not all my stories can be as fun as this one, but I had the opportunity of spending a little time with just about 100 HOSA students from the McGoffin County High School earlier this week who were just taking a break in between visiting all the McGoffin County elementary schools, where they were sharing some tips with our youngsters as they will be going out for treats this Halloween.
It used to stand for Health Occupation Students of America, but recently has changed to HOSA, Future Health Professionals.
So this is one of such things that you guys do, I guess?
Yes, we try to do different community service things. We also host blood drives, which we just had last week. We had like 35 good units of blood, so that was great. And that's in conjunction with the Kentucky Blood Center. Every year we do this Halloween safety program, which I divide the students into groups. They're assigned a classroom at every elementary school, and they have to develop a lesson on Halloween safety, an activity for their classroom, and then they have to go to the schools, go in the classroom, teach their lesson, and do their activity, and then they hand out treats also.
And I'm assuming they were pretty well received?
It was awesome. I mean, the teachers, they love seeing the kids. My kids love it. It teaches my kids leadership and teamwork and responsibility and all kinds of things that they don't even realize that they're learning. And then the teachers at the grade schools like seeing them because, well, they do a good job, but they also like to see them all grown up, as they say, because they've had them when they were little and now they're all grown up. And the elementary, the kids, they love it too. They're so excited.
Part of that excitement, obviously, a lot of really cool costumes. More than 90 HOSA students involved, and they all had something really cool. Some of them a little more eye-catching than others, and they did take it very seriously, talking to our young people. Moms, dads, you could probably let your child, if they're in elementary school, maybe teach you now, because they've had some education in regards to being deadly cute out there, we'll call it, about wearing dark colors or poor-fitting costumes or masks or those dangerous treats or all sorts of other problems that could make them or result of them not having the safest and happiest of Halloweens. And next time, as I'm running out of time, I'll let some HOSA officers pass along some of those tips to all of us to keep everyone safe and having a good time this Halloween. Trick or treat, remember, in McGoffin County and most of the area is next Thursday on the 31st. And to try to get out of here just in time, your Licking Valley RACC forecast is going to have us, no news flash here, 28 degrees, mostly clear skies tonight, widespread frost. We are under a freeze warning, and certainly deservedly so, as this cold, dry air mass is moving deeper into eastern Kentucky tonight. If you got any plants that are still alive and you don't cover them tonight, odds are they won't be by this time tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, well, we look to rebound to around 54, 55 degrees on your Saturday. That widespread frost in the morning. We'll see sunny skies, though. We'll see mostly cloudy skies late on your Saturday night. The latter half of your weekend looks to be around 57, mostly sunny. A few clouds late on Sunday night. Very few, leaning more towards mostly clear skies at this hour. And we're starting off next week in the low 60s, and we're going to stick around there for a while. And right now, we're pushing 67 degrees by Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday being mostly cloudy and 67, not too shabby of a trick-or-treat forecast. But indeed, that for now is my time. Never enough time to get in all that we have to talk about. So we'll see you back here Monday night for the next edition of Your News Today. Until then, have a good weekend.